Well, welcome back to my channel. This is Angelus, and I appreciate you coming back to visit us. Today is a special video. I have a past and current client slash student that I would like you to get to know. I don't want it to just make, I'm always talking about how brilliant some of my clients are and what I've done for them in the past and what they're doing now. And it's like, yeah, no, it's all about me. It's not good. I want you to see them as a face to that name. So we'll be interviewing today, having a conversation, I should say, is Jessica from Pilothouse. And just to be fair, it's one word, not two. As I made the mistake. See, isn't that nice? But Pilothouse, and she'll tell you more about that when I give her the mic. And just so you guys know out there, I started with Jessica during, my goodness, was it during COVID? Yes. And she came to a few of my seminars online and was all about, of course, training your brain. Well, that's what the channel is all about. Mindsetting, using it, changing it. And she went from 0 to 60 in like phenomenal velocity, let's put it that way. And then she seemed to liked it so much, she decided to stay with us a little bit longer so we can help her scale up her business. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to now give the mic over to Jessica Riley from Pilothouse. One word. Take it away, Jessica.
One word, Pilothouse. There you go.
Who are you, Jessica? What do you do? What's going on?
Again, my name is Jessica. I own Pilothouse Communications, LLC. And I'm also the director of a nonprofit, My Transgender Nation Inc. and .com. So Pilothouse is a technology company. We primarily do voice over IP business phone systems. We do low voltage wiring. We do a little bit of access control and surveillance cameras. But our primary function is with phone systems for businesses. We do anywhere from companies with 4 phones up to 4,000 phones.
Wow.
We have customers primarily in the state of Connecticut, but we even have several national account customers that are pretty much all across the country.
That's great.
We're a large furniture company that it's a well-known brand that's all over the United States, and we assist them anywhere where they need help with their infrastructure for their phone system.
That's fantastic.
And then the other large one is a logistics company, and we supply them voice over IP with call center technology everywhere in the country because they're all over the place.
I don't want to interrupt with that, but call center technology, you mean robots or live people?
No. So call center technology sits on a phone system and it makes it so you can stack up calls and have a small group of people answer calls and have them sit on hold waiting for calls and give them updates and all that kind of stuff. So that's call center technology.
I don't pretend to understand your business, but now I have an education. Thank you.
Here you go. Yep. So that's what we do at Pilothouse. That's our primary function.
And they do it very well. Trust me. Okay. Now, here's the big thing. What caused you the pain or problems, the issues, whatever you want to call them? I call them pain because that's the only thing that motivates me. And some people it motivates them and it doesn't. But can you give like 3 examples of what was going on where you were just losing your mind and before you answer that question, let me make this clear. The primary clients and customers that my company serves, my partner as well, is business owners who anywhere from between 6 figures to $1 million business. Okay, some of them are entrepreneurs. A few of them are solopreneurs at the 6-figure plus mark. But these are clients that come to us. They're successful. They've been doing well for years, some decades. But the big issue with all of them, the common denominators, is that they're frustrated. They're overwhelmed. They don't know why. They feel like the hamster on the hamster wheel. They don't seem to get ahead no matter what they do. The more work they put into it, or the more time they think, or the more money they throw at it for a specialist, it doesn't get them anywhere. So, and that's because they don't have the mindset for the next level or the systems in place. So this is why I'm assuming Jessica came to us. So what were the 3 frustrating things that drove you a little crazy and made you decide I have to look for help?
The first thing that comes to mind when you ask that question is that I felt like I was sitting in the hamster wheel,
Yeah.
and that I wasn't getting anywhere. And I kind of felt like I was losing ground, where I was in my business. And I think in addition to that, focus, I didn't have focus, so I was in a hamster wheel. It was unfocused. And I guess I didn't know how to get out of it. It was like, I could maintain it, but I wasn't happy with the way all those were going. So you take those three things and pile them together, and it's just like, this is, why am I doing this? I'm not comfortable with this. And I have to say that I've been in this industry a long time. I've been in communications since 1982, and I got in it because I love it.
Yep. And
I started this business with because of a passion I have with this. And I got to a place where I could say, I'm not happy right now, and I like what I do, and I'm not happy right now. And that's a terrible feeling, because you shouldn't be doing something you're not happy with,
Exactly. So how many people out there are totally unhappy with what they're doing?
Yeah. So those were the things that were really hitting me. So after, your partner and I have had a relationship in networking in our state going back better part of 20 years, I think. So, and I originally reached out because of a connection I had with her, and I had a pretty good idea of what she was doing, but I wasn't sure exactly what she was doing. And I reached out to her and basically unloaded on her. Said, oh my God, this is I'm freaking out. And basically said what you just asked me. I said, well, this is what's going on, and I don't know how to make it stop. And that's what started our relationship with this coaching.
So what were tell me the possible results. If you didn't get any help, what were you expecting was going to happen with your company?
I honestly felt that if I didn't do something, that it was just going to fail, because I'm spinning around, and in my head it was going in the wrong direction. And at some point, I'm gonna have to just close the doors and go work for somebody else or something, because
I've heard that over and over and over.
Yeah. And you know what? It probably wasn't true, but I had convinced myself that was true.
Wow.
So
and of course, if you have that in your mind and you're thinking even unconsciously, then that creates an issue, because that focus will then actuate the reality that you don't want.
Yeah, it's going to manifest itself just because that's what you got in your head, right? So
and people will say that, why bad things happen? Why I always have bad days? And I'm like, what bad thoughts are going through your mind on a regular day? That's what's causing that reality. So, and it could be unconscious. You got so used to panicking. Like I can compartmentalize my pain, physical or emotional at times, just to get through my work. Yeah. And then going back to it, I can then deal with it. But it's not, it's not the same. People don't understand when you do that and they ignore it, it festers subconsciously. It creates a new reality.
Yep.
Okay. So
that's how we started. So we started with a little bit of regular coaching, and then I had an opportunity to go with one of your sessions where we were talking mindset. And I got to say that that really clicked in my head.
Who did you approach first, my partner or myself? I believe it was my partner, of course. But,
yeah, I started with your partner with some just coaching in a group session, but then I was introduced to your mindset, and I've gone through 2 of your courses twice with the mindset. And
you learned something.
Well, what I like about it is that each time I went through those 2 courses, they were presented just enough different that it kept it fresh. And on top of that, anytime you're learning anything, you need to hear it more than once in order to really, for it to sink in. So I think it was totally worth going through twice. I would almost consider doing it again for the same reason.
It's different and organic. It's like it's custom. I purposely designed. Well, she's talking about my 2 other programs, mastering of the mindset. But if you want to know more information on that, please put in my field, and I will get that information to you when we'll have the next seminar, online seminar, or in person maybe. But I remember you going through it twice and seeing you thinking, oh, it's just going to be a regurgitation of the same stuff. And it wasn't, right?
No, it wasn't. No, which I really, really loved that fact that it was not, going through, program one was not the same thing when I went through program one the second time. It was different. And that to me in itself was refreshing. Yeah, so it was obvious that, you're customizing it to what was going on with the group of people that you're coaching. And, you wasn't like a cookie cutter thing. And you're just like, boom, 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 boom. So even though you were using the same tools, and teaching the same things, it was presented just enough different to keep it really fresh, which I loved. That was really cool.
I appreciate that. I'm humbled by that statement. That's the reason for this channel. It's to give real life applications and formulas and education that can be used immediately and taken action on right after you see the video. But with you went through it, and it's funny. I've had clients have gone through the same course, and we've been doing. My wife and I have been doing it. My partner Kim Kasparian, the Success Genie. We have been doing this together for 15 years. And when we do this, we've had clients that have been going to this. What Jessica said, she did it a couple of times, attempt to do a third time. We've had clients do it 8, 9 times. And each time they were on a new level. They got a new epiphany. They got a new aha, because it's all about making sure that my clients, my customers, my students get to the next level of success, whatever that is. It's usually personal. These courses are more for personal, your life grid, as opposed to just finances or career. Well, that's fantastic. What were some of the results?
The results. So mindset. I did not have a good mindset when I came to you and started listening. I wasn't paying attention to my mindset at all. It didn't even occur to me to pay attention to my mindset.
When did you notice that shift, though?
Oh, I noticed. So I can say without a doubt that once I listened to what you were teaching and tried to and did embrace what you were teaching, that I was able to shift my own mindset and see dramatic results, both on a personal and a professional level. And I just, it would, to me, before that, I knew I was in a hamster wheel, but I didn't even know what that meant, really, and it was, focus and understanding, paying attention to what's going on.
I did notice you when you were going through the process. You came in almost like an engineer would look, when they come going to an expo for engineers or a doctor's symposium.
Yeah, prove it to me. Show me. Go ahead. I'm here. I can. Okay. Yeah. All right. What do you got?
Yeah. And then you went from that to.
Yep.
Ooh, wow. Wait a minute. What was that? Wait a minute. Going too fast. Yeah. See, that's the ride we want to give you. It's got to be fun. It's got to be entertaining. It's got to be informative. And it looks like you gained a lot from that, and it's made a big difference for your company. Such a big difference to the point is you want it. Now you're privately coaching with us because you really want the reason why we make groups for everybody when we first introduce our first clients that are new to that kind of medium is to get them to talk to their colleagues and give them a support group of this and that. The downside of that is some people need personal coaching only because they hear more, they collect more information quicker, they get the job done and move on to other things instead of got to be there for a couple hours just to hear other people, tell and explain and ask for help with their issues. Isn't that right, Jessica?
Yeah, there's something to be said for both types of coaching, the group thing and the private. And I did the private with you guys. I mean, the group with you guys for a while, but I got to a place where there was too much. There was too much going on in the room with everybody else, and I was probably not stepping up enough to get my my piece of that pie,
That's
And
true.
there's a lot going on in a group session.
Well, some people like to take the spotlight, while the other ones like
Yeah, I am not big in that group session to take the spotlight. I mean, I had times when I had points to make, or I was maybe even trying to assist with giving somebody else look at somebody else's problem, which is the whole point of a group session. And I was happy to jump in with that. But I decided to take the leap this year and go for the private, because I have a goal and I know where I want to go. And I fully believe that doing the private for this year is going to help me achieve my goals. And so far, we've been on it now, 6 weeks or so, something like that.
What do you think so?
I think I've gotten a tremendous amount out of those 6 weeks already.
Excellent.
The only thing I do miss is, the discussions on the mindset, because, we really haven't had a lot of time with that. But during the course of the year, that will be a piece to the puzzle as well.
Yes.
So.
Well, mindset, before I let you go, Jessica, can you explain how, and the reason why I'm asking this question, how important is mindset? I've actually been on a few places where people are trending now that mindset isn't necessary, isn't important. And I'm thinking that, like, how can you say that? It's so basic. It's like, I don't need air to breathe, so it's not that important. Of course it's important, but because we want to do new things on social media, I guess people are kind of downplaying mindset at this moment. At least that's the trend I've seen. Now, if somebody asks you, how important is mindset? What will be your answer?
I think my answer to that is that everything revolves around mindset. It's like the number one thing. So if you don't have the proper mindset, no matter what you do, you're going to end up right where you started.
Exactly. And that's very painful the way you described it.
You're not going anywhere unless you get your head in the right place. And if you're trying to achieve something, if you've got the right mindset, you can make it happen. I mean, it's not always all about having, there's something handed to you, or being the smartest guy in the room in order to, acquire a new business or something. Part of it, or maybe, find a partner or whatever it is. A piece of it is knowing what you want and being in the right place in your head about it, and talking to the rest of the world in the right way, and making sure that you're on the same page so that you can get what it is you are looking for.
So it's not just taking action. It's not just doing a formula. It's not necessarily skill sets. Skill sets are the easiest things in the world.
Skill sets are easy to come by. You can learn almost anything, but no matter what skill set you have, if you don't have the right mindset, those skill sets aren't going to do you a lot of good. You may get somewhere, but you're not going to get where you really want to go unless you get your head in the right place.
And that's so true. And I've seen that in my life. I've seen that with my colleagues. I've seen that with my own laborers and employees in my past companies. So if you're not getting, mindset is like, it's everything, like you're saying. If you don't believe you're going to do well, then you're probably not. If you believe, no matter what, even if you have disabilities, example, late Christopher Reeve, Superman, 1979, it's amazing what he did from that wheelchair. So before I let you go, Jessica, if somebody out there is interested in connecting with Jessica, I'm going to make sure that you get that information. If you missed it on this video, it's going to, of course, look on the field below. But Jessica, if you want somebody to call you, contact you immediately, how will they do it?
You can go to my website, www.pilothousecom.com. You can reach me there. Email info@pilothousecom.com. You can reach me there. If you have an interest in my a nonprofit, which is My Transgender Nation, you could email me at admin@mytransgendernation.com.
And I do that purposely, even though it's going to be written down for you guys. Some people would like to hear that, and it makes a big difference in the connections we make. And this is all about connecting and networking. So, Jessica, I want to thank you. Well, I want to thank you for being a past student. I want to thank you for being a past and a current client.
Oh, absolutely.
And I thank you also for being on my YouTube channel. And remember, everybody, she has her own YouTube channel. You get a chance, connect. It's very informative. And you'll be surprised on I'm surprised with I thought I knew a lot about the subject of transgender. I knew nothing. I learned about transgender through Jessica's channel. So if you get a chance, go check that out. And with that, I'll let you all go. Thank you for being here. I will see you in the next video. Take care.
All right. Thank you for your time.